Hey, yo, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hey, it's a Monday, another new week, and my hope for everybody is that you go out there today and make it a great day. You have the choice to either make it a great day or make it something else. But for me, I choose to make it a great day, and I hope you choose to make it a great day too. All right, let me start again by welcoming everybody to Up and At It with Paul Gamba. Today we're going to be looking at a topic, a topic actually that um, is common today. Is like it's becoming a norm, which is not supposed to be. So, on this topic that we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at domestic violence and rape. So, first of all, let me start by by saying a lot of us today sitting out there, we have this crazy mindset that if it doesn't affect you directly, it's none of your business. But what you fail to understand is it might not affect you right now, but if you refuse to speak up right now, down the road it's going to affect you or it's going to affect somebody that is close to you. So let's start by, looking at, one thing I want you to understand, sometimes people get it confused and get it twisted. Somebody's attire, what somebody is wearing, the alcohol, the marital status, the level of education do not contribute to sexual abuse. Abusive men and women do. So don't use all of that to cover up, say, oh, what she's wearing is the reason why this happened, or the person was drunk, no, none of that happened. None of that matters, right? Sexual abuse doesn't happen in a vacuum. Every level of society, social norms, media, and government is complicit in promoting the rape culture that perpetuates sexual abuse. So if something happened and you fold your hands and you keep quiet and you don't speak up or you don't speak out or speak against it, one day it's going to be like a situation where people are getting killed, you not saying anything. When everybody is killed, you're the only one left and you will also be killed. So it's about time me and you stand up and fight for what is right. And let's call what is bad, bad, and let's call what is right, right. So we have to start by educating ourselves. I watched a video of a guy that shot his wife in Texas. They had a misunderstanding. He claimed he brought her from Nigeria to US and she's cool, did all of that, and then they had a fallout. There's no amounts of fallout that you guys have that brought about separation that requires or that warrants you to get a gun and go straight and shoot that lady and kill her, right? The worst you can do as a man is pick up your stuff. There are a lot of stuff you can do out there that at the end of the day, she will probably even look at you and like, oh, wow, I didn't even realize what I was doing when this happened. He shot her, killed her, then he ended up killing himself. So not only that he killed her, but he also lost his life. So after all the struggle, all the suffering, everything that he has gone through, all the hustling, everything just went dead because he couldn't control his mind and his emotion. So learn to be that man or woman that can control his or her emotions and move on when something is not working for you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, every relationship have issues. If you find a relationship that doesn't have issues out there, please let me know because I want to ask them how they're doing it. But every relationship have issues. I learned that from my mom and dad. Married for so many years, they still argue, they still disagree, they still, have misunderstanding. So there's no relationship out there, there's no marriage out there where you guys are not going to argue, where you guys are not going to disagree, you guys are not going to, But what strengthens the marriage is when you argue, then you're able to come back together and work things out. But if you get to a stage where you're being abused on a daily basis, and like for some reason, some people will say, oh, I don't want to leave the marriage because, of my children. Let me tell you one thing. Your kids are going to be here when you get killed while hanging in that marriage. I'm not a believer of a breakup. I'm not a believer of, mom go her way, dad go away. But sometimes in life, we have to tell ourselves the truth. You cannot sit in a marriage where you're getting beat, or you're getting beaten somebody's come back home every day to beat you up, or it's just when there's abused where you have to put your hands on somebody, or somebody have to put their hands on you. That is a wake-up call. That is about time for you to think about your safety and your future. So, enough of the whole, sexual domestic violence. Well, my goal and my challenge for you is, if you are in a relationship, either boyfriend, girlfriend, either marriage or whatever, I'm not talking about arguing. I'm not talking about sometimes maybe raising your voice a little bit, blah, 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 with each other. I'm not talking about all of that. But if it comes down to physical abuse, where somebody has to put his hands or her hands on somebody else, then it's about time you speak out. And it's about time you look for a way out of that, because you're going to be sitting there one day quiet and you're going to get killed for nothing. Just like that lady that got killed, then he also killed himself. So rape has been a very, these days, kind of like, I've been seeing a lot, I've been reading a lot, I've been getting a lot of calls from Nigeria. I mean, there's rape all over the world. Every day, as I'm talking right now, somebody's getting raped somewhere. That's just reality. But it's becoming so much. And the reason why it's happening that much is because nobody cares to say something. I know there are a lot of people out there that will say some people just fake it, or you don't know. So we have to give them the benefit of that and listen to them. These are some of the reasons why people don't talk about, when they get raped. Because when I was younger and spoke up, nobody believed me. When it happened again, I never told anyone. Another victim says, because I was ashamed, because I was terrified, my parents will blame me because it could have been worse. Another victim says, because I was afraid of looking weaker, embarrassed of trusting someone who happily did that to me, scared of backlash, and stupidly threw it or wanted to protect them. Another one says he was my friend. Another one says he was a pastor and no one would believe me when I did report it. People begged me to say it wasn't true, that it didn't happen. So let's look at what kind of, there are different kind of rapes out there. There are spousal rapes. Yeah, you can rape your wife or your husband. When they say no, it's no. There's intimate partner rape. There's child sexual abuse. There's statutory rape. There's date rape. There's also a serial rape. And there's a gang rape. There's a corrective rape. LGBT victims. There's a genocide rape. We saw that happen, in Rwanda. It still happening in a lot of places today. So let's look at it. Let's come to, let's tell ourselves the truth, right? If me and you are going to sit there and fold our hands and don't speak up about it, one day it will be your daughter. One day it might be your sister. One day it might be your mom. And if we don't give them the listening ears, don't jump into conclusion. Don't stigmatize people. Don't make the victims look like, they like it's their fault. Give them the listening ears. Let's listen to them. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of seeing all this craziness going on. Mostly in Nigeria right now, there's a lot of that nonsense happening. The government might not be doing anything, or maybe the law enforcement might not be doing anything. But we have traditional rulers. We have people in the society that are there in the society to keep and maintain law and order. It happens even here in the US. So it's up to me and you to speak up about it and give those victims the listening ears. And if you're a victim, I want you to know that the best way out for you is not to be ashamed of what happened to you and not to try to protect the person if it's your dad, your brother, your friend, your pastor, your teacher, whoever the person is. If the person can look at you and rape you, that person deserves not to be protected. So come out, speak out so you can get help. But when you speak out, you're not only getting help for yourself, you're also protecting somebody else too that can fall victim or that will fall victim tomorrow. So I hope this speak to somebody out there. And I hope this speak to some of us. If you engage, if you're, into this kind of stuff, you need to sit back and re-examine yourself. Thank you. And I look forward to talking to you guys again next week. And I hope you guys have a great week ahead and make every day of this week a great day. We have the choice and you have the power to make it what you want it to be. Thank you, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a wonderful day. God bless.